Hi, welcome to Danny's Custom Builds. Today I'm going to talk about this. This is the Razer turret for Xbox One, and I don't even own an Xbox. Okay, let's get into it. The Razer turret for Xbox One was designed for Xbox One, however, I'm using it for my PC, and I absolutely love it. The only thing that makes it set up for an Xbox, from what I can see, is there's a little Xbox key on it. You can see right there, and it's supposed to bring up your menus for everything. Like I said, I don't have an Xbox, so I can't really play around with all the features that it can do on Xbox. But I can definitely talk about how it's used for PC. It comes as a kit, that's why the box is so big. There's one 2.4 dongle that can be used for wireless connection, or each component comes with a long cable that's about 6 feet to be able to plug them in. Very nicely packaged. That's the thing, the packaging for this thing is incredible. Like, there's padding on the top, it's like a rubber and padding on the inside, cutouts for everything. That's how you know that something's high quality, because they take the time to do a solid packaging deal on it, that all the components are protected. Quick overview of it. Like I said, it comes as a kit. It's got RGB on both the mouse and the keyboard, wireless capabilities. You can hardline it if you want better response and don't want any kind of input lag from the wireless signal. And then there's macros on the keyboard, and Razer has their own mechanical switches. They just call them Razer mechanical switches. They're pretty much comparable to Cherry switches, Cherry mechanicals. I have some reds on my other keyboard, and these feel a lot like it. They're just a lot more clicky, so maybe more like a blue, I guess you could say. The battery life on these things is really good. You get anywhere from 30 to 50 hours, so 40 is about the average on each component. If you turn the RGB on, it's going to come down, obviously. So I've run the RGB with all the time, and it works fine for at least 30 hours of time. First, I'll talk about the mouse. The mouse is very lightweight, extremely smooth, streamlined. If I was going to call the products something similar to what they already have out, I would call this mouse the Death Adder Elite. If you go on their website, you can see it looks extremely similar to what this mouse is. I don't think it comes in a wireless version. Maybe it does. But the mouse looks almost identical, and all of the specs and everything like that are the same on this mouse. Death Adder Elite, very similar product. I would say it's probably the same. The mouse is good for 50 million clicks. It's extremely quiet. I used it for a lot of stuff. I don't notice it at all. I mean, I can't even really pick it up on the mic right now as I'm using it. It has 7 programmable buttons. You have 2 for your thumb spots. I think it's 4 and 5. And then you've got 2 on the spine of the mouse. You have your scroll wheel that also clicks, and then you have your 2 left and right keys. It's got a 5G optical sensor in it. It's not a laser sensor or anything, so you're not blinding yourself or anybody else if you have a reflective surface. It only weighs 0.21 pounds. Like I said, extremely lightweight. The cable length for it is right around 6 feet. If you need to plug it into your computer, that also charges it. Plug it in, keep going with your game. When it charges, it'll tell you in the software that it's 100%. You just unplug it, and you can keep going on wireless mode. Let's move on to the keyboard. The keyboard is extremely heavy. It is 4.10 pounds. A 4-pound keyboard is nothing to shy at. It's definitely got weight on the bottom of it for the base. The bottom is also rubberized, completely rubberized, so it will not slide across your desk or anything. You don't have any flip outs for tilt to increase your tilt or anything, so you're gonna have to use it as it sits. It's definitely more slanted up than a lot of keyboards when they're on their base setting. It gives you good ergonomics. That's like one of their selling points, is ergonomic design for the keyboard. It's really made for traveling on the go. I bought it because I have a smaller system that I put in my backpack, and I'll do a video on that later, and I'll put it up in the description here if you want to check it out. I wanted to be able to put it into my backpack and carry it around with me. So all I do is put the computer system in the backpack, the keyboard and the mouse, and I'm good to go. I have a whole gaming system I can pretty much plug into a TV anywhere that I go and play some simple games. And the keyboard and everything works great. Another cool feature about the keyboard is it has a slide out mouse pad that is magnetized as well. The mouse will sit on there. The mouse has magnetic on the bottom. It's not really made to like hold it solid, but it will keep it from falling off your lap if you're sitting on a couch or something. And like I said, it's made for the Xbox One. That's what the design is for, that you can sit on your couch, game, and you've got a mouse pad to lean on to be able to use it with your Xbox. With the tray expanded, the keyboard is 23.62 inches. With it retracted, it's only 15.35 inches. I have it retracted right now. It fits on my desk. It doesn't have the 10 keys on the side. That's what's making it a lot smaller and easier to use. It's all about portability with this thing. You want it to be small. You don't want a wide keyboard on your lap while you're trying to use it on your Xbox. They've marketed it for the Xbox, as I said, but there's really no reason that you wouldn't want it for a PC also. The cable length for the charging cable on the keyboard is a little over 6 feet as well. It's a little longer than the mouse cable, but they're pretty much the same, and they're not interchangeable. The keyboard's charging cable is a USB-C. The mouse's cable is a micro USB. So you won't be able to switch those back and forth. Don't lose them. The keyboard has a PC gaming mode, and you can only use it on the PC. The Xbox it won't work on, obviously. What it's for is to prevent you from pushing Alt-Tab or Alt-F4, and it also disables your Windows key. And you can select individual things. If you like Alt-Tabbing out of your Windows, gaming mode can still allow you to do that. I don't like hitting my Windows key because I do it all the time when I'm gaming by accident. So I shut that off, and as soon as you boot into a game, gaming mode will activate and do it for you. It'll keep you from kicking yourself out of the game. But it's a neat little feature that they add in. You can see it's a really clean aesthetic. The build quality is incredible. I love how the fit and finishes on this stuff. This is my first Razer product ever, and I guess that makes me very unbiased on the situation, on reviewing this product, because I'm not what some people like to call Razer fanboy. I can give you my opinion on this without being biased towards it, because if I had a bunch of Razer products, I would probably want to just continue with the trend. I thought coming into it that Razer made all of their lights on their keyboards and mouse and stuff like that green, and you couldn't change it. It's kind of like NVIDIA's old graphics cards. That's not the case. You can change absolutely everything. As I showed you, I have the full RGB gambit going on the keyboard right now in the Synapse software, and then the mouse is doing the same thing. I've got it scrolling through RGB so you can see all the different colors and lights and whatnot. And it's not overkill. It doesn't, I have it turned all the way up. It's not blinding me or anything. It's not interrupting my games. It's just enough to add the nice accent to it. Let's get into the software on this keyboard and mouse combo. The software is really the selling point to me. I think it's leaps and bounds above a lot of other companies. Once you come into the dashboard here, it's going to display everything that you have connected to your device or to your software. So I have my Razer Turret mouse connected, my keyboard is connected, and then anything else shows up over here. If you have NZXT Hue on there, you can run the Nanoleaf light panels. Razer actually makes those as well, or they partner with it. And this software allows you to do all of that. If you're a streamer or anything like that, and you've got these products and you got the Nanoleafs in the background, you can kind of sync it all up and do it all from the software, which is really neat. And then something new that they've added, this is the Razer Synapse 3 beta version. I just recently had the 2 when I was going over all this stuff, and I actually got 3 today. Something they've added is this Amazon Alexa integration. If you use Alexa for a lot of your different productivity things, you can integrate it into the software so that when you speak different color coordinations, you can say, change my profile to Gaming 1 or whatever you end up naming it. It'll change the colors on the keyboard, the mouse, And you can even change the profiles of the DPI settings and the macros on your keyboard for that profile, which is pretty incredible to me. If you're voice commanding something, I mean, that's going into the future now. It's not something I use, but it's a feature that some people might really like. You can see all the stuff on the dashboard here, and you can click into individual items. Here's your keyboard. You can go into your lighting settings and change power requirements. You can dim it. You can turn the RGB off after you've walked away from your computer for a little while. And then the same thing for the power settings on wireless as well. You can put it into sleep mode. You can set it up to dim the lighting after a minute or two. And that's going to increase that longevity for your battery life if you really want to go a week or so without plugging in. The mouse has a little bit more customization from what I see than the keyboard, because you're going to set up all your individual buttons. You can set them up from this page as well. I mean, you're literally just clicking it and setting it. The performance section is your DPI and all that. You can set it to 5 different stages, and then based on what you click, you can set up one of your mouse buttons to switch through DPI. So you can be in a game and change to a faster setting and then change right back to your slower speed. Same thing for lighting. It's got brightness dimming, power saving modes and everything. Calibration, you can calibrate it to a different type of surface. If you have a reflective type of surface and you're having trouble with it, you can come in here and calibrate, and it's going to realign it to what your type of desk is. Right now I have it on a mouse pad, an extra large mouse pad. If you run it on the pull-out mouse pad that's magnetic, you may want to recalibrate it to that setting as well. And they've got different surfaces you can add in. They're Razer Firefly pads, Gigantus pads, all preset into it. So if you just come in here and click the presets, if you buy, they're trying to get you to buy their products. So I totally understand this. It's a good marketing idea. The last part of it that I really enjoyed was the studio section, Chroma Studio. It comes with the Synapse software. When you go to install it, they're going to ask you how many different types of software you want to install. You can just check the boxes if there's something you don't like I didn't want the extra Alexa stuff. I just turned it off and I didn't download that portion of it. But you can come in here and change your color combinations and everything like that, and it will sync up whatever you want with whatever you have installed. Let's talk about the price on this. The price for the turret for Xbox One combo, keyboard mouse, is $249.99. That is a steep price. I understand for a keyboard and mouse. You could source the parts separately, not Razer product, and probably pay less. For me, the big selling point of it was the fact that it is portable, that I have a mouse pad that I can slide out. They come together, so I only require one dongle for both pieces, and it's wireless. I mean, I've got the portability to use this for wherever I want to, and that's what I paid the premium for. And also the Razer build quality, like I said. I've never had anything like this, and I was really impressed with all the little pieces, fit and finish of everything, even the switches, and then the mouse, and the finish of that is phenomenal as well. The mouse has a little door on the bottom. Most of the wireless mouses do, and it has space for you to put your dongle for transport so you don't lose it. So I just slip it in there, throw it in my backpack, and I'm good to go. Do I think the price is worth it for the product? I guess that's up to interpretation. I kind of feel like it should be a little lower price, maybe $199. Then you're paying, $100 for the mouse, $100 for the keyboard. The fact that they've got a $50 premium to combine it in one set, and you're not shopping around or anything. And then the selling point for them is the Xbox compatibility, the fact that you can just plug it right into the Xbox and it's ready to go. I think Xbox One might even have the software to be able to detect things and change things and do whatever you want with that. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can see the next one. I'll catch you then.